Have you ever wondered what the world's top performers have that the rest of us don't? Well, what if I told you they have a secret weapon? A mental trick that lets them rehearse a victory before the competition even starts. Today, we're unlocking that secret, the incredible power of visualization.
I mean, just take a legend like Michael Phelps. This guy didn't just train his body, he trained his mind. He actually called it watching the videotape. You can see it in this quote, right? He visualized the perfect race. Every single stroke, every turn, the finish. Victory was like a movie he'd already watched in his head 100 times over. And that really brings the question back to us, doesn't it? What if you could do that? Imagine walking into a huge job interview, or a final exam, or even just a tough conversation, already feeling like you've completely nailed it. What if you could build that path to success in your mind before you even take the first step?
Okay, so let's really get into this. Because, let's be clear, visualization is not just wishful thinking or some idle daydreaming. No way. It's a focused, deliberate mental practice. It is, quite literally, your mind's secret weapon.
So, what is it really? I love this analogy. Think of it as a flight simulator, but for your mind. It's where you can create these super detailed mental images of exactly what you want to achieve. You can practice the takeoff, navigate any turbulence, and absolutely stick the landing, all before you've even left the ground.
But this isn't just some feel-good trick. It's actually grounded in some pretty hard science. So let's pull back the curtain for a second and see how this technique actually works to retrain your brain for success.
The big scientific idea here is called functional equivalence, and it's a total game changer. All it really means is that when you vividly imagine doing something, your brain fires up the exact same neural pathways as if you were physically doing it. So get this, to your brain, imagining is a form of doing.
Just check out this comparison. It's pretty wild. When a basketball player just imagines making a free throw, their motor cortex, the part of the brain that controls movement, lights up. That's the same region that's active when they're actually on the court. The neural connections for that skill get stronger either way. That's how mental practice can lead to real, physical improvement. And there's another piece to this puzzle. Your brain has this sort of built-in search filter. It's called the reticular activating system, or RAS. When you consistently visualize your goals, you're basically programming your RAS to be on high alert for anything that can help you. You'll start spotting opportunities, or helpful articles, or new connections that were probably there all along, but you were just blind to them before. Okay, so we've covered the why. Now it's time for the good stuff, the how. Here is your clear 4-step blueprint to make visualizations start working for you right now. It all boils down to these 4 things. First, you have to define your vision with absolute clarity. No vague wishes. Second, and this is so important, you have to engage your senses and emotions. Third, you got to practice it consistently, just like any other skill. And fourth, you have to combine it with real-world action. Visualization is a powerful partner to hard work, not a replacement for it. Let's dive deeper into step 2, because this is where the magic really happens. To make a mental image powerful, you have to make it feel real. Don't just see it, experience it. Ask yourself, what are the specific little details I see? What sounds can I hear? What do I physically feel? And most importantly, let those emotions, that pride, that joy, that excitement, just wash over you. That emotion is the fuel that powers this entire process. Now, this isn't just theory. Let's look at the proof. These are stories from people at the absolute top of their fields who use this exact technique to achieve some incredible things. The list of people who use this is a who's who of high achievers. We've already talked about Michael Phelps, but you've also got Oprah Winfrey, who envisioned her media empire long before it ever existed. And then there's Jim Carrey, who used visualization to hold on to hope when he had almost nothing. Jim Carrey's story is legendary. While he was a struggling actor, he wrote this check to his future self. It was a concrete symbol of his goal. He didn't just wish for it, he visualized it, he carried it with him, and it became his reality, right on schedule. It's a perfect example of having a crystal clear vision combined with relentless persistence. And Oprah's story is just as powerful. She consistently talks about how holding a clear vision for her life was the blueprint that guided her daily actions and her big decisions. It wasn't just some dream, it was a mental framework for building her reality. Okay, we've seen the science and the success stories, so let's bring this all home and talk about how you can start your own mental rehearsal today. So let's boil it all down. Here are the key things to remember. First, your brain can't really tell the difference between seeing something and vividly imagining it. Second, to make your vision powerful,
You got to load it up with senses and emotions. Third, consistency is everything. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day builds that mental muscle. And finally, always remember this is a complement to action, not a substitute for it. You still got to do the work.
And what's really amazing is how easy this is to get started with. All it takes is about 5 minutes a day. That's it. You can build this powerful habit into your morning routine to set the tone for your day, or do it at night right before you sleep.
So I'll leave you with this. Your future is a blank page. It's totally unwritten. The only question left is, what will you visualize first?